In this daily drop, I'm going to talk about the audio kit that I'm bringing to NAB, and I think is a good solution for those types of content capture environments. So let's go. All right, get used to this shirt. There's going to be a few episodes with it on because I'm doing back to back to back to back to maybe back. But it's a lot of episodes, and most of the content that I'm going to create, except for some social spots at NAB this year, are going to be produced after the show, meaning I'm going to capture content and come back here and then talk about the things that excited me, that I was really interested in, that I think some of you may be interested in. You get the idea. All right, so from an audio standpoint, I'm keeping it very minimalistic for the show. And in fact, my plan at the moment is to primarily go into the convention center and find products and solutions that are really interesting and get B-roll or insert shots with the camera and then bring that back and then do something like this where I'm talking about those solutions and then cutting to that footage that I capture. That said, you never know what's going to happen and what situations may arise, so I'm going to have something for audio. So I mentioned it on the previous episode. For me, it's going to be the Wireless Pro. It makes the most sense. I've got 2 transmitters. I've got 1 receiver on the camera. And what I'm going to do is leave one of those transmitters with the lavalier mic. So that will be, if I need to set that up or have somebody else mic'd up. But more than likely, if it's in the trade show environment, it's going to be the second transmitter. And what I wanted to do was have a handheld solution. It's kind of like a reporter mic, but obviously it's a very different type of microphone. Those are usually dynamic microphones that are being used for those. This is an omnidirectional, it's built into the actual transmitter, and it's going to do the job. So I bought this little handle here. It does extend a little bit. I probably won't use it in that configuration. It does have some branding on it, but I'll talk about that in a second. And what you do is it has basically cold shoe attachments, so you can attach the mic in one of 2 directions. You can hold it like this and then pick up audio, or you can do what I'm going to be doing, which is I'm going to put it into this cold shoe and then basically have it so that it's picking up audio in a more traditional way. And then this, a windscreen. So this handle here, $22, $23 US. The windscreen just goes on top of that. And the nice thing about it is that the one that I bought has no branding on it. So it doesn't have a big logo. And that's kind of what I wanted in this situation. Again, I could extend this a little bit if I needed more reach, and I think that looks okay. Does it look ridiculous? Maybe, but it's going to be fine for picking up audio at the trade show. And then I did say that I would mention this. If you were going to use this in this configuration, the downside is you're seeing, these lights, you see a little bit of a logo. If you want to get rid of the SmallRig logo on this thing, a Sharpie does wonders, and you can just basically get rid of that with a black Sharpie. So this is going to be my setup. I doubt I'll use both transmitters at the same time, but you never know. I think this is going to be a good solution. My guess is because of the pickup pattern of this mic, when I get into post, I'm going to have to do some voice isolation and a little cleanup. Trade shows are very noisy, but the nice thing here is I can get that mic very close to talent. I'll do some tests and set my levels in the hotel before I go out to the show. This is going to be the setup that I'm going to use for this. I think it's a great solution. And again, a little cleanup in post because of all of that ambient noise and everything that's going on. But it's all doable, and worst case scenario, you run it through that Adobe solution, which essentially re-records voices, AI stuff, machine learning, whatever you want to call it. Don't forget to, and I'll see you on the next episode of The Daily Drop.